Hello guys and welcome to the Happy Hour YouTube channel. This clip is very, very different to any other clip you've seen on this channel thus far on our journey. How long have we been doing this?
Almost 2 years. We're almost at the 2-year mark.
Wow, it's flown by. It's by far the biggest project I've ever done. I love every minute, do you?
Obviously.
Even when you're getting bullied?
They're my favourite parts.
Now, the reason this is different is because this is literally a clip. So we're filming this not as part of a bigger podcast, but as a standalone clip. It's an announcement for you. You've seen the title. You've seen the thumbnail. We owe it to you guys to share our news. It's been a long time coming, this.
Yeah, it's strange that it's now here.
I feel nervous. It's more news for me than it is for you guys, I'll be honest. I hate when YouTubers go, I've got some amazingly big news, and then they go, yeah, I've actually bought a house. But who gives a fuck? I'm still watching it here. Like, I'm not.
It has not affected your lives in any way.
No.
But this will affect some of your lives.
It will, but it's affected our lives more. It's certainly affected my life more, and I don't want this to be a big 8 minutes of bragging or anything like this. We've always been open and honest with our audience. We've got a very, very committed fan base, I guess you could say. You could go that far. And if there's something that changes to the show, then we'll be the first to let you know. Obviously, with stuff like co-host changes and whatnot, it takes us a while to be able to open up and really give our thoughts on it. But no stone is left unturned here on Jack Mate's Happy Hour. And now we can finally announce it's happened to Joe Rogan. It's only gone and happened to Jack Mate and Stevie White. We have gone Spotify exclusive. We are now only available on Spotify. Now, before people recoil in terror and go, well, what? We can't watch you anymore. Yes, you can. You will still be able to watch these clips on this channel. And I guess in this announcement video, we're going to explain to you the reason for why we're doing it. Because Joe Rogan's done it and he's going to announce his in his own way. Well, we've got our own way. Right?
Well, our way, yeah.
Our way is just to be completely honest, completely open. Now, this channel has always been intended to be a highlights channel. Always been intended to.
That was how we were always meant to do it as well.
Yeah. If you look at any of the videos, including the long ones, including the one with Peter Blexley, Joe Weller, long episodes, the intro still says Happy Hour highlights on, because that was always what I wanted. My dream, my passion was I'm never going to move away from YouTube, but I always wanted to be a proper podcaster. I always wanted to. I tried it before with the Jack Mate podcast, where I had my Fubar show was turned into a podcast, and now I'm here on the most successful thing I've ever done.
All you needed was me.
Or you were the last piece in the jigsaw. Who would have thought that?
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
No, I feel like I need to shoot you down a bit now. It was a big puzzle piece. And the audience know this quite well, and they're really good at understanding that this is my job. I need to make money from it. I can tell you tomorrow, as much as I love this, if it didn't pull a revenue, if it wasn't a revenue stream, I would not do it.
Well, you can't keep up with a job like this. It's a whole day gone.
Isn't it? Yeah,
every time.
It's not sustainable. So I want to continue making podcasts, and I want to do it regularly with one of my best pals, Stevie White. And I want to pay you for your time. I want to pay Fiona for coming and editing and doing the edit notes. We have guests. We have Robbie. I want to pay Robbie. This is a whole team. This costs a lot of money to do. Spotify have come in and gone, we would quite like the full episodes on Spotify. I owe YouTube nothing. Spotify have, let's put it out there, have offered me a lot of money for this show. Life-changing amounts of money that no one out there watching would turn down. And I'm telling you now, guys, I'm not turning it down. I'm a 27-year-old man that has worked my arse off on YouTube for 12 years. I have a little bit of savings, but it's not crazy. I want to move out of my rented place and buy a house with my partner Fiona and settle down and have a lovely time. I want to pay you well. I want to pay everyone who's made this show such a success. And I believe that I booked big guests off the back of, no one gave me any help booking these guests,
No.
right? I've always booked them. Raphael Rogue, his team came to us, so sometimes that we get a bit of luck. I've gone out and booked all these guests. You've always done this show for little money. You get a little bit, but it's not crazy. And for the first 6 months, I took a loss doing this show.
Yeah.
Paying your train and paying my travel and stuff. So I'm being completely honest with you now. Spotify came to us and they went, Jack, we love your show. We're always bouncing around the top 10 in the charts. We love it. Now, imagine if we push the money to aside for a minute. Spotify?
Yeah, that in itself, being
Yeah.
able to say Spotify
Yeah.
exclusive
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
They've come to me and they've gone, we love your show. We really believe in what you're doing. We want you on our platform. I'm like, wow, this is next level. This is insane. I have never had any communication with YouTube the whole time I've been on the platform.
No.
And Spotify are coming and going, we brought Joe Rogan over. We want to bring you over as well. I went back and forth with Spotify and I said to them, I was like, we still need to upload clips.
I was going to say, this wasn't an easy decision to make either.
It's something I've thought about for months and months and months. It wasn't easy, but I'm like, I want to upload the clips still. This is a highlights channel. You're going to be getting clips almost daily, but the full ones are going to be Spotify exclusive. I understand there's going to be a lot of people out there. Admittedly, I think there might be younger people who don't understand the financial way in the world and that this is a business and it needs to churn a profit. There will be people out there that call me a sellout. Well, I've just sold out because I've got my fucking dream. So
Yeah.
if selling out for my dream is something that you don't agree with, then sorry, you're not welcome on the channel because I am living my dream right now.
But they also need to understand this is a business.
This is
so,
a bit.
as you've just said, you are making a loss on this.
Yeah.
This still costs a lot. Like,
Yeah.
this is a day of our time every time.
Mm.
You have to pay for petrol to come here. I've got a train to come here.
Yeah.
Like, this is
You have
hundreds
to-
of pounds
You
a
have
week.
to take a day off work every week to
Exactly.
come. Lucky your work give you the Thursdays off. So I will say, I completely understand if you're a little bit annoyed that you're not going to get the full ones on here. I completely understand that. You're within your right to vocalize that, but I'm giving you my point of view now and telling you that it's the way it is. It's still going to be the highlights channel that it was intended to be. And again, not to leave any stone unturned, Stakhanov, who are the network that we signed to,
Yes.
that make all this possible, this is their studio. When we first came in, way before Happy Hour was ever a thing, way before, I spoke to Luke and he was like, we make money through audio revenue streams. If I post the full one onto YouTube, that's 100% my money. That's my channel.
Yes.
They won't make any money from that. So the deal was we get this lovely studio, we get to be on their network, they can sell advertisements for us, and we split the money with them. I'm happy with that. I'm not always about the money, believe it or not. I'm about the same amount as the next guy. And then when this Spotify, and if you remember at the start of the channel, and even maybe a year on, people were going, where's the full ones? Where's the full ones? And I kept saying, I can't upload the full ones because I want the network to make money as well. And it's not fair on them if we take all the revenue from YouTube. Then when Spotify came on the scene, because this has been in the talks for months and months and months, the start of the year, maybe 2020,
Yeah, it was way before lockdown.
we've been trying to make this happen. For months and months and months, this has been happening. And then when we found out it really was looking this way, Stakhanov, who were a lovely network, who we love to bits, they said to us, okay, well, until that's over the line, you can upload the full ones to the channel. So that's what we've been doing. So instead of seeing it like, oh, he's taking the full ones from us now, and bear in mind, this is free content, guys. Well, I'm never, ever going to ask you to pay for an episode. I'm not going to put Happy Hour behind a paywall. There are a lot of YouTubers that do Patreons, and that's fine. I'm never going to put anything behind that. You can listen to it for free. You can watch it for free. But don't see it as we're taking the full ones off. Just see it as we put them on for a bit because Stakhanov let us. This is a highlights channel. It's in the name. It's in the description. I'm nervous about this ultimately.
As am I, yeah.
Because I know people are going to kick off. They're not going to understand it. But I want nothing but the truth out there. This is a game changer for us. For a few years I've wanted to be not. I don't mind being seen as a YouTuber, but I love being seen as a podcaster.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest feelings.
Yeah, but when people come up to us, I've said this with Joe Weller, I've been saying it for months. When people recognize me as a podcaster, it really means the world. It really does. So nothing's going to change apart from the full ones are only available on Spotify. So it's the big clips, the big talking points that you might want to watch, because some people will want to see bits as well. They're still going up. If KSI comes on or some other big person wants to promote his book, that'll go up on the YouTube channel as well. You're still going to see us daily, pretty much daily.
Pretty much all the time.
But if you want the full ones, they're only available on Spotify. And going back to what I was saying about never making you pay for anything, I don't know if Spotify want me to say this or not. Spotify are pretty relaxed about the whole thing. You don't even need Spotify Premium. I don't care if you have Spotify Premium or not. You can listen with ads. or you can pay. And a lot of you out there listen now. We ran a poll on our Twitter account about 8 weeks ago or something, and asked where people listen to us, and it came up like 70% Spotify. Some of you may even have it. Well, if you do, bonus. And if you don't have it, all you need is the app. You don't need to
Yeah.
pay anything. If Spotify came to me and went, your show is specifically going to be Spotify Premium, I wouldn't have done it. I'll tell you right now, I would not have done it. But now they've offered us a lump sum of money. Here are the perks. One, we get to walk around telling everyone we've got a Spotify only podcast.
That's the main perk.
That's cool as fuck. It's a company. It's an app. It's a platform that actually appreciates what we do. They came to us. I never pitched to them. Secondly, they've given us money that I can now pay you well for all the time you've put in.
what
I'm
I've been
getting
waiting
paid.
for.
I'm getting paid to do podcasts. I'm living the dream now. Fiona works for me full time. I can pay her. We can pay the travel. We can do more days. You can afford to take more days off work. And I can pay guests. We can get bigger guests. We've got Jack Whitehall coming up. Now, I'm not saying we pay him, right? But because we're a Spotify-only podcast, you're going to attract bigger names. I haven't just got to go from my little black book of contacts, which eventually would run dry. We can get Spotify to get some. They've told me they're going to try and reach out and get people. And some of the biggest podcasts in the world are Spotify only. And hopefully with a little bit of their promotion as well, we can cast a larger net and we can get a larger audience. So
And another bonus for the listeners, at least, if they go over to Spotify, we're now obligated contractually to upload 2 a week.
2 a week.
Has to be 2 a week. We have no choice. One of them has to be at least an hour and a half and one an hour. So you're getting 2.5 hours guaranteed. We cannot fail.
Yeah.
So there's no Jack fucking up for because he can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You're now getting content no matter what for
Yeah.
at least the next year.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our next year. We're super excited. I feel like I've made a big deal about the money purely because I know that's a criticism that I'm going to get. Well, I am over the moon to say that this podcast is only available on Spotify. I'm over. That's a cool thing to walk down the street. I feel like all of our hours that we put in have actually just kind of like been worth it now.
It's 2 years.
It's 2 years and we've come a long way. Like when we started, I was half the broadcaster I am now. You weren't a broadcaster. You
Still not.
you're so much better now than when you started. We've built as wanky as this sounds, we've built a community of like all the DMs I get now. They're not like about the Jackmate videos. They're like love happy hour, this episode, this episode, this episode. I want to look down the lens and just say nothing is changing. But if you want to listen to the full ones, just head over to Spotify. Whether when you're in the car, when you're playing the PlayStation, if you're at work and you're allowed to have your headphones in, you can listen to the full ones. And there'll be 2 or 3 clips from each episode coming up on the YouTube channel. So nothing's really going to change apart from we are only available on Spotify, I guess.
And I guess the biggest thing from the end of all of that, we need to thank you lot.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like literally, I say this a lot. People know how much this podcast means to me. Well, you know, like we've known each other years now. How many things do I try and have failed?
And fail is the main thing.
Yeah.
And this is
There's been even new things like my second channel. Like I started my second channel in lockdown because we couldn't get to the studio to do this, so I needed another project. And then I said to everyone, you said the same. Season 4, Happy Hour, is going to be a game changer. We come back. We've had Joe Weller, we've had Spencer Owen, Ed Gamble, Jack Whitehall, some big names. Stephen Tries. We blew up the whole Jeremy Lynch stuff with the Stephen Tries chat. Like I feel like we've changed the game when it comes to podcasts, and people love it and they enjoy it. And I'm so thankful from the bottom of my heart that you've been able to give me and Stevie a job that we never thought we would have. I've been grinding on YouTube for a number of years, and I've been lucky enough to have done brand deals and been paid for a while. Stevie's not.
I've been watching you do it.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of effort. So cheers for just asking me to come and do this.
Yeah, talk a bit of rubbish every week and get paid. It's sorted. But we're here. We're here to stay. The channel's going nowhere. We're still going to be floating around the comments. If we took the clips off of YouTube, Fiona wouldn't have a job. So you got nothing to worry about there. We still want to see you in the comments, floating around, chatting. We are a couple of YouTubers that have YouTubers on. So we are always going to have a foothold on the YouTube market. But ultimately, the audio of the full episodes only available on Spotify. Download Spotify, get an account. If you want it premium, get a premium. If you don't worry. You can listen to us anyway. Thank you guys. You've genuinely changed my life. And I won't forget this.
Viva la happy hour.
Viva la happy hour. Thank you. I hope we've been honest and open enough. If you want to ask any questions in the comments down below, I'll be floating around. Stevie reads every comment as well. So you can aim them at anyone. You can aim them at Fiona. We'll answer. Gonna love you and leave you. Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast, only available on Spotify.